The idea of a alcohol, drug-free music fest was like boom.
The magic part of this whole thing is just telling your story.
I know that it's me who can take your fears away.
The people that are working on this project and on this concert and in this foundation want to make a difference and are just going to do whatever it takes to make that happen.
We sat around a table with a meeting of different folks that were involved in establishing the foundation. We brainstormed and tried to figure out how could we get across that everybody was doing so much. We really just wanted to rise above the noise.
People stand around and complain, but will you stand next to somebody who is struggling and come to a concert and support them and say and be there for them and maybe change your own life for just a little bit?
I am a business person who, when I was 19, didn't know what addiction was, but knew that I couldn't stop using cocaine or alcohol. So I called a psychiatric hospital to say I was crazy. And then they explained what addiction was. And I went into treatment, went back to my lovely university, found out that there were other people like me and they were getting kicked out of school. We started an Office of Alcohol and Drug Education, and I was an inadvertent advocate who then went on to work in human services.
Good night. You're never alone. My heart is here with you. Well, I'm bracing for this, can borrow.
We're all kind of survivors of this epidemic, whether we've lost, or even if you've lost that kid that you watched grow up. Just coming there and being part of this, sometimes all the things you do in your life bring you to this point where you can actually create some kind of a shift, some kind of societal shift about the way we think about substance use disorder and the people it affects.
So now when you hear the statistics, 174 people a day die of an overdose. 39,000 mothers have lost children so far this year. My story is something where I had a problem, I was able to get help, I got through it, and I went back to school. Luckily, but the drugs are different, the time is different, it's deadly, and I was one of the lucky. So anybody in my position, I feel, who is on the other side of addiction needs to come forward. And there are others who are just like me who may not have the chance I have. I also believe that there is not one 19-year-old addict out there today who wants to be an addict. My dream of this event is that, yes, we have maybe 7,000 people in recovery that have a safe place to go and listen to a live band, because every other concert someone's getting high next to them, and that's a trigger for them to get high, and then maybe they've been clean for 6 weeks and they can't go and listen to live music. But maybe it's some kid from URI or Brown who says, I may go to the bar after this event, but I can stand there next to somebody who may struggle. And for that moment of that day, I can be clean and sober because I am an ally. And now, with these numbers and these people dying, it's no longer those guys. It's everybody has a brother or a sister or a kid. Not only do we have to provide the event, but I also think we have to explain it, because people may not realize what we're also trying to accomplish. It's one thing to have all of us who understand recovery. It's another thing to have people that don't, and have them there and say, teach me. Let me learn a little more. Let me realize that what you've been through in your life is what I could have been through.
They need to come and see what recovery looks like, because this whole concert will be filled with people in recovery.